I had a birthday on the 8th of October, so I'm now 17 and in less than a year I'll be an adult. And that is terrifying. I've been 17 for a few weeks now, and yet it still feels weird, and it's weird that it feels weird. Growing up is weird, and birthdays are weird. Weird. Because it's not like we stay the same for an entire year and then change dramatically overnight, and it's not like there's a set way we are at every single age. I mean, everyone is so brilliantly unique and different that that would be impossible, and yet it feels different. Being 17, or at least having had a birthday, I don't even know if the age is significant. But maybe it's just what's going on in my life right now that's giving me this feeling of nostalgia and confusion and feeling, and maybe the birthday is just coincidental. But the 8th of October, the significance of that date that stands out to me against all others, that must mean something. Right? And yet, had I been born on the 9th, what would be different? Autumn would still be my season. I'd still associate with the changing of the leaves and the dropping of the temperatures. And yet, I could have been born on the 5th of April and just always been told it was the 8th of October, always celebrated on the 8th. The actual day we were born, the beginning of our lives, is something we know little to nothing about. Or at least, we rely on others for the truth about. And it's weird how we celebrate birthdays, and how often we celebrate them less and less as we get older, and how we start to rely on certain numbers for a celebration, like a 40, 50, that's reason for a party. Why? Because it has a 0 in it? But it's not like I'm sad about it, about celebrating less. I mean, it's not like I long for the balloons and party games of the past. That was fun, but it's someone else's birthday now. I'm happy to just do something small with close friends or family. But maybe that's because I think if everyone else stopped remembering my birthday, I myself would forget. So is it really cause for celebration? Or maybe it's because I think our births, our lives, is something that should be celebrated every day of the year, not just on the anniversary of our actual birth. And because I think we should always be appreciating what we have, looking for things to improve on, reflecting on the past and looking forward to the future. We should always be doing that, not just at the new year or on our birthday. And so really a birthday is not that important, and yet why does the day feel so significant? And it's weird how much can change in a year. This time next year I'll be living somewhere completely different. My whole life will be completely different. I'll be away from home with people I've never met before, and that is scary. Even looking back over this past year, so much has changed. In smaller ways, yes, with friendships and things I do day to day, but it's odd to think that as I get older, as I have more birthdays, these changes will just get bigger and more frequent. And that is scary because not all those changes were necessarily good. Yet maybe, even if at my next birthday everything is new and different, it will actually be simpler. Because everything I'm doing right now, all the stress and the busyness, is to get where I want to be at my next birthday. And so maybe things will actually be easier. I could be wrong, and I probably am, but it seems to me that for some people, and perhaps people who are older, that life is simpler and steadier. Now, no one can ever know for sure, but it seems to me that some people can look to their next birthday or to the one in 10 years' time and have a pretty clear idea of where they'll be at. And maybe that sounds kind of boring, or maybe I'm actually quite jealous. Jealous of the sureness. The surety of the life they have and of the life they will have. Yet, despite all the stress and the pressures, the busyness and the lack of time, that everything moves so fast and there is constantly so much noise, and that in fact everything is quite terrifying. I am glad, because it is incredibly exciting to be able to stand here and ask myself, where will I be at my next birthday, or the one in 10 years time? What will I have done and what will I still want to do, and have the only answer be the only answer that actually makes any sense? I don't know.